He was simply taking out the trash when a strange, eerie sound echoed in the distance. Curiosity got the better of him, and he set the bag down, slowly making his way toward the noise. With each step, a wave of unease crept over him. He couldn't shake the feeling that something was wrong. When he finally drew close enough to see the source,
Hello? Hello?
the horrifying truth struck him. The voice didn't belong to a person at all. It came from something far less human. A cold shiver raced down his spine as the realization hit, leaving him frozen in disbelief.
Jason?
Whoa.
Imagine coming home or waking up to see this on your roof. There are countless strange events with no clear explanations, but this one stands out. Some people claim it's just a drunk man up there, yet the way it crawls so eerily across the roof doesn't match that description at all. If this is truly a skinwalker, it might be time to move out immediately. The owners of this house might want to consider moving out after what their Ring camera captured. What started as an ordinary night quickly turned into a nightmare when a bizarre creature, something straight out of an alien movie, appeared outside their home. Its appearance was unlike anything anyone had ever seen before, leading many to believe it could be a skinwalker. A chilling report is unfolding about a missing girl whose whereabouts remain a complete mystery. While her fate is still unknown, her disappearance was eerily caught on a backyard security camera. In the footage, the girl is seen being led into the dense woods by a shadowy figure, but there's something deeply unsettling. The figure isn't ordinary. It towers far above the height of a normal human, its movements unnatural and haunting. This disturbing detail leaves many questioning what truly happened that day. Was it a skinwalker, a ghost, or something even more sinister? This man captured a chilling encounter on camera while walking down the street. Across from him, a figure dressed in white appeared, gliding silently along the opposite side. Its ghostly, almost transparent form gave it an otherworldly presence, sending chills through the air. The eerie sight left him shaken, wondering if he had just come face to face with a spirit from beyond the grave. It was a quiet Saturday night at the Española police station. Officer Carl Romero sat at his post, eyes fixed on the glow of the surveillance monitors. The building was wrapped in silence, broken only by the steady hum of electronics. Romero had almost slipped into the rhythm of another uneventful shift, until a flicker on one of the screens pulled his attention. At first, he dismissed it as a moth, a common sight on night duty. But this was no moth. The shape had legs that moved with an unnatural, fluid motion.
It started out as a pretty typical Saturday night. Española police officer Carl Romero was on duty, keeping an eye on the surveillance cameras around the station, when he saw something in the sally port.
At first, I thought it was like a polilla, like a fly, a moth. And then I saw the legs and it was a human.
The outline was human, yet not human at all. It was something different, something wrong. Romero leaned forward, his heart pounding as the figure drifted straight through the gated entryway. The heavy iron barriers that normally triggered alarms and echoed with metallic clangs were treated as though they didn't exist.
But not a real human.
No, it was just a ghost.
So Romero reported it and told his supervisors. Detectives showed us the camera that captured the image. They say there is no way in or out of the secured area.
The figure passed through them without a sound, without resistance, like the barriers were nothing but illusions. No alarms rang, no warnings flashed, only silence.
They say there is no way in or out of the secured area without an open gate and alarm
You
sounding.
can see it walk through. It walks in the direction of the old transport cages, and there's not really any way for it to get out through there, but it seems to walk right through that.
Detectives say there's no logical explanation for this, not an issue with the lighting or a technical glitch.
It moved across the screen with a ghostly grace, fading in and out of the shadows, cold and impossible. Romero felt the chills seep into his bones. He knew he was no longer watching an ordinary trespasser. This was something otherworldly, a ghost, a skinwalker, or perhaps something far darker than either.
A lot of our officers have seen certain things. Some of our officers have felt what appears to be somebody breathing down their neck as they're working on reports in the briefing room.
Cops at the station also report hearing strange noises in the middle of the night and seeing unexplainable images in the lobby area too. Espanola police tell us as far as they know, this is not an ancient burial ground, and they say the police station has been here since 2006, but no inmates have died here. But they do say there have been some unsolved murders nearby.
Do you believe in ghosts?
I do, actually. I do believe in ghosts.
Do you think that was a ghost?
I do. I do believe it was something.
This woman called out to her cat, expecting a normal response. But what happened next was far from ordinary. As the cat turned toward her, its eyes glowed, and with a sudden flash of lightning, the eerie face of a woman appeared on the cat. This footage is said to have been captured inside an abandoned house in Japan. What began as a routine exploration for one urban adventurer quickly turned into something far more terrifying, an encounter with a visitor from beyond. At first, the recording feels almost ordinary. Shaky shots of decayed rooms, crumbling walls, and shadows stretching across the silence. But then, something disturbing slips into view. Just seconds in, a pale, ghastly hand grips the corner of the house. It looks like something ripped from a horror film, clawing its way toward the lens. The explorer's flashlight flickers, casting just enough light to reveal the hand, while the rest of the figure stays hidden in darkness. Before he can react, the hand retreats, vanishing as suddenly as it appeared. A suffocating silence follows, broken only by the explorer's footsteps crunching across debris. He pushes deeper inside, the beam of his flashlight sweeping over broken furniture and scattered relics of the past. Then, the camera drifts across an open doorway, and there, barely visible, a face stares back. Hollow, ghostly eyes fixed on him, completely unnoticed. Its long, dark hair veils most of its features, only the faintest outline visible. For a split second, the flashlight grazes it, and the figure recoils, melting back into the shadows. Gone in an instant. The house returns to silence, but the impression remains, an unshakable presence, leaving behind a mystery that lingers long after the footage ends, and long after the screen fades to black. It's not just houses that are said to be haunted. Some roads carry their own dark legends. One truck driver in Louisiana had often heard his co-workers talk about a ghostly figure appearing on a lonely stretch of road, but he never believed their stories. That changed one night. While driving along the so-called haunted route, he spotted something unsettling, a pale girl hunched over on the ground. As his truck drew closer, the figure slowly lifted her head and raised a hand toward him. Terrified, the driver didn't dare stop. Instead, he pressed the accelerator and sped past, leaving behind a mystery he never wanted to face again. What began as a peaceful late-night walk quickly turned into a nightmare. About 10 minutes in, the calm was shattered by chilling screams echoing from beneath a nearby bridge. His curiosity got the better of him, and he pulled out his camera, deciding to investigate, unaware that he was stepping straight into danger.
Unaware that he was about to put himself in grave danger.
As he crept closer to the shadowy underside of the bridge, the screams grew louder, sharper, and more disturbing. Then, from the darkness to his right, he saw it, a horrifying skinwalker. Its body was twisted, its movements unnatural, its presence suffocating. Frozen with fear for only a second, instinct finally took over. He spun around and ran, desperate to escape whatever nightmare had been waiting for him beneath that bridge. A lone figure walks down a dark path at night, the chill in the air, carrying with it the unnerving sense of being watched. He glances over his shoulder but sees nothing, convincing himself it's just his imagination. Yet with every step, a growing dread coils tighter in his chest. Then, after what feels like an endless walk through silence, he finally spots something up ahead. A figure so disturbing, the sight of it will linger in his nightmares for years to come. Lurking in the shadows, a gray creature crawls on all fours, its movements twisted and unnatural. For a moment, he stands frozen in shock, unable to comprehend the bizarre figure before him. Then reality slams into him, and adrenaline surges through his body. Without hesitation, he spins around and sprints down the path, desperate to escape the nightmare stalking him from the darkness.